Damn, this water good as hell. God damn. What's up, YouTube? My name is Nathan, aka Wonders, and today I will be giving you, or trying my hardest to explain to you guys how compression works, because I think over time I've been sort of understanding it myself. So I think I'm at a good point where I can try to explain it to y'all, or to whoever is viewing this video, or whoever wants to learn music production and progression. So without further ado, let's get into it. I'm like 100% sure that some of the stuff that I'm gonna say is gonna sound like, it's not gonna sound technical at all, because I'm like not that kind of person. I'm just gonna explain it to you guys how I explain it to myself. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. Compression. What is compression? So the way that I see compression is that compression is taking the loudest part of an audio file and the lowest part of the audio file in volume, and sort of putting them together as like one, as close as possible as one like single like volume, you know what I mean? So it's like you're trying to take the loudest point and the lowest point, put them together so that it all kind of sounds like the same volume. So as you can see here, like I recorded my voice. I just ranted about going to the gym, and I think like, oh, I should do a compression thing because those for sure have correlations. So as you can see, like in our waveform here, if I can make this a little bit bigger, in our waveform here, we have a really large part here, like a really loud part there, and then a really small part over here. And what our goal is to do is to sort of kind of bring this down to like a certain level, and also bring this up to a certain level as well. So let's just take a listen to what I recorded. So I think about yesterday, I did legs at the gym, right? And I was doing legs and I was like, man, oh man, I only need to get my shit together. So without further ado, I was like, I'll make a video on how to make compression, or how compression works. Yeah. Okay, so for today, I'm going to put this onto a mixer, and we are going to use the stock plugin of Fruity Limiter. All right, so here we have our limiter. Right now it is on the limiter setting, but we have to go over to the compression setting here. What you have here is your threshold, your knee, and your ratio. Like I have an idea on what they mean, but at the same time, like I don't want to give any sort of false information that'll jeopardize, you know, like what the correct thing is. I'm sure there are tons of other videos that are out there that give the correct meaning of what these mean. I'm just gonna show y'all what my process of compression is. So what I usually do is that as I'm playing whatever audio is being played, I will take down the threshold to a certain point, which is usually like sort of like a point that's like right in between, sort of like your audio, your wave file. I think the file is it has a good volume, like all the way, like right, it has a good volume right off the bat. So let's see what happens. So I think about yesterday, I did legs at the gym, right? And I was doing legs and I was like, man, oh man, I only need to get my shit together. Thankfully, this Fruity Limiter, what's really cool is that they have a pause, like a pause function in here. So as you can see, this is the beginning of when I start speaking, and then there's like here's like our loudest part here, right? You could like see that there's even like its own like, wow, this is really loud. So I'm going to automatically go ahead and compress a little bit of this. What I usually do is that I'll take like a good look at what I'm looking at in the waveform, and I will sort of find like the medium point between like the lowest and the highest, which is like maybe like here or this here. And then from there, I take the ratio and I drag this down to, I usually start right at the line here. So if we go back, let's see if you hear the sort of difference. So I think about yesterday, I did legs at the gym, right? And I was doing legs and I was like, man, oh man, I only need to get my shit together. So what's cool about this particular limiter is that this purple that you see here shows how much is being compressed already. So it looks like it's quite a bit, but we want to try to get it, almost like close to each other as possible. So if we want to, we can keep taking this ratio down a little bit. So maybe let's put this about right there. And now let's hear it again. So I think about yesterday, I did legs at the gym, right? And I was doing legs and I was like, man, oh man, I only need to get my shit together. So without further ado, I was like, I'll make a video on how to make compression, or how compression works. Nice. So as you can see, like where it says I need to get my shit together, that has been compressed quite a bit, but that's good because it's also been, you can visibly see how it went from being super loud here to how the volume of that has lowered a bit. It has been aligned with the rest of the audio file that you see, it's almost on the same level. So what we could do now is that we could just keep playing around with it and see what it's really based on what you hear. So I'm just going to keep playing around with this, and hopefully you will see hopefully you'll see what I'm talking about. As they say, ball doesn't lie. In this case, the audio file doesn't lie. The audio waveform doesn't lie. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm going to render this, and I'm gonna come back and we're going to compare the two tracks. As you can see, this is our final compression track. It looks it looks actually a lot different. So over our main problem was the fact that this part was too loud, and as you can see, it is now close together with all the other parts of this audio file, which is very, very neat. So yeah, what I'd say is play around with the threshold, knee, and the ratio. As you can see, I'm not too technical with the compression stuff, but hopefully what I did kind of gives you a good example of what compression looks like and what compression at least sounds like. Thank you guys for watching this video. I feel like I need to go back to school now to learn all these technical terms and whatnot. But yeah, I hope some of this stuff made sense. If you have any questions below, or if you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. I will get back to them for sure. And also guys, use Google and the rest of YouTube to really help you with music production, but specifically stay here if you can, because I feel like I offer I come from a place of not really knowing the full terminology or not knowing the set numbers of things. So I really just go off what sounds good to me, and I feel like people out there can relate to that. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Water.